We are back again on the car, and today I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Hammerite paint out, and I think I'm going to paint up some bits underneath it. For example, this big thing here that holds the spare tyre, I'm going to give that a paint up. I might varnish up the door caps again. I might clean the carpet. I've got some 5 litres of fuel here which will last me approximately 2 minutes 30 seconds just on tick over but the petrol light is on again, so I need to put that in. Yeah, I'm just going to be doing loads of little things. I'm going to jack the car up, and that will give me access to underneath. My son sanded these up a couple of episodes back, so I need to put another lot of varnish on there. So yeah, still plenty to get on with. There's something so satisfying about varnishing wood that has been sanded back, because it goes from being dull again to suddenly so shiny. Just on the front door one, and for the first time since I've started sanding and varnishing these, the finish is starting to look nice. So I think it's had about 4, maybe 5 goes now, and yeah, it's starting to come up nice. I wonder if the same will happen on this one. I'm sure I bought tack cloths, but I can't find them. So I need to look back at my history and see if I thought I bought them. I thought I bought them online. Look at that. I'm just putting on very thin amounts, so hopefully it's a very hot day today. So I'm hoping it will dry nicely, and I might be able to sand back and get another coat on. Now, it doesn't resemble a Rolls-Royce door cap, but it is a lovely piece of wood, and it looks lovely varnished. So although it doesn't look like the original one, because the finish is much different, it still looks very, very nice. So I'm going to do the other 2 now, and then maybe I'll sand and be able to give it another coat later on. Right, all 4 door caps are done now, and they're looking very pleasant. The problem is that they look very different than the actual dashboard itself, because obviously the dashboard is the Rolls-Royce finish, and you see it's just completely smooth, like high polish gloss finish, completely smooth. You wouldn't be able to see one bit of grain in it, while with my one you can see plenty of grain, and also it's a lot lighter. So yeah, it's always going to look different in the dash. But I think most people probably wouldn't really notice. Obviously, if you were into these cars, you would notice and you'd hate the door caps. But the thing is, the door caps were a disgusting mess, and now they look quite pleasing to the eye, even if they don't match the rest of the wood. There's no way I'm going to strip that wood there, because I'll be just asking for trouble. I suppose it's easier to get the door caps done professionally if you wanted them to blend in the same. But I think after a few more coats of varnish, I think I will be happy with them. So now what I'm going to do is I've emptied out the boot, which is always a pleasing thing, and I'm going to vacuum it out now. And I am going to get the carpet cleaner on it and see if I can get rid of any of these stains here, because it is pretty disgusting. Lots of rust stains here. I'm pretty confident that it will still look a mess, but it's only a boot carpet. If it looks any bit better than this, I will be happy. I'm going to try this stuff here because I don't think any of those stains are going to come out. I know this will be quite an interesting experiment because I've noticed as of late I seem to be getting recommended carpet cleaning videos, I think since I did the Rolls-Royce one. And there's this particular one that gets a particular channel that gets millions of views, and I mean millions of views. And basically they're bringing out rugs into this warehouse thing that are blacker than black, and then they come up immaculate. And you know what my mind's thinking? I'm thinking it's YouTube. I think they're just blackening up the rugs on purpose, and then everyone's like, wow, what a great restoration. But I think they were perfect rugs to begin with. So this here is the real deal. I haven't put these stains on. These stains have been on for however long, who knows how long for. So this one here is caused by the spare wheel that was thrown in the back, so that's the rust from the spare wheel. And I think that's caused at the end there by the hydraulic fluid that was just in the storage thing must have leaked out, because it seems to be near where the storage was. So yeah, this would be interesting to see now whether or not in real life, not in fake life, but in real life, whether or not a carpet can come up any bit clean. Okay, I've been cleaning it for about half an hour now, using both that and the handheld tool, and yeah, it's definitely going to look better than it did before, but I can still see the rust stain going around here, and the biggest thing there is the green stain there. Not sure what to do. I don't know whether to, I think I'll give it maybe another half an hour clean, but I'm thinking that I might have to try to dye that corner, but the problem with that is I'll have to end up doing the whole mat. Or do I just look for one on eBay? The problem is it's getting the same colour, you see. They wouldn't be expensive on eBay, it's just getting the same colour. And realistically, other people's mats wouldn't be like this, because who would keep their spare wheel in the boots when there's a place to put it underneath? And also I think it'd be unlikely that the hydraulic fluid would have leaked out. So I think that's come from this area here. Either that, or maybe when they were changing the spheres out, they didn't put down adequate protection. Because you can see it's all in this area here, but I'm thinking maybe it's more likely from in here, and it kind of weeps out of here, maybe onto this bit here, and then it just spread and spread and spread. Or I suppose maybe I could get some kind of cover. It's just that, you know, it'd be nice if it was all grey. I'll persevere for a bit with it. Also I need to clean these bits, because I never did these bits before. I need to clean the middle sections, those tunnels there, that one there, and also up front there. So I think I'm going to do this a little bit more, and then I'm going to empty out the whole car, and then it will give me a chance to clean them. Also I need to do all the boot lining as well, because there's plenty of stains around there, so I'll do that with the hand tool. I brought this over here so I can put the carpet cleaner on it, because even when you use the hand tool, the front brush is always rotating, and obviously if it's rotating against concrete, it's going to flick up a load of stones everywhere, and not just that, it's going to wear down the brushes. So you would think that when you use the hand tool it would cut the front brush turning, but no, it doesn't. I suppose the front brush is just always turning along with the motor, and the motor's doing the actual sucking as well. Right, that's the boot done. I don't know if it's actually come up any cleaner. This stuff here is the ultimate suds giver. So if you had bubble mixture made out of this stuff, maybe toxic, but oh my word, it just keeps on coming. It doesn't matter how many times you wet it and dry it and wet it and dry it. Watch this. There you go. And they come back again. So all that froth you've seen before, I thought it was from the Maguire's carpet cleaner. I don't think it is. I think it's from this green stuff, which I presume is hydraulic fluid. It just keeps on giving. You think it would eventually wash out, but no. It's just, it doesn't matter how long you soak it for and how many times you dry it. Every time you put a bit of water near it, it will just froth up again. Amazing. Annoying, but amazing. Right, I need to clean the carpet now down at the front, but there is this rip here which unfortunately is noticeable because it's above the line of the carpet from here. So I was going to put some duct tape on it, but I think what I'm going to try to do is, I'm going to try to use some thread, needle and thread, and then maybe after I've sewn it up then put some duct tape on. Right, it's stitched up now. Not my finest bit of stitching. Kind of resembles Rupert the Bear's shoes, the stitching that I did on that, but anyway, there's not a gaping hole there now. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to get some contact adhesive, you know, the stuff that you put like headlining and stuff up with, and I'm going to spray it in here so this can stick onto this center console here, so it's not going to be bumping up like that. And once that's done, it means then that I can I don't even know if I need to clean that bit. I'll see how dirty it is. It looks particularly clean. I might give it a little bit of a clean if there's any stains. So all I'm going to do with that stuff is I'm just going to lift this up here and just spray under this area, because I don't want to spray down here and I don't want to spray down here because it's all nicely fixed. It's just that middle section. So the tear isn't going to get worse now because it's stitched up, so I suppose it's less likely to keep on tearing. But sometimes an honest tear can look better than a bad repair. So I don't know in this instance here whether it looks better or worse. But anyway, it's unlikely to get any worse than it was previously, because at least now it's stitched together so things won't be getting caught on it. Let's go back to this horrible boot carpet. Right, I've been doing this for at least 45 minutes now, on top of whatever I did earlier on. So this has had realistically about an hour and a half's work on it. And yeah, there's stains all over the thing. Amazingly, I just don't understand how I can't get the suds out of that. I've done about 10 buckets of clean water on it now with no detergent, and look at it, it's still completely frothed up. It's just never ending. Look at that. So I'm going to get the hose pipe on it now, and I think what I'm going to do is, look at that, I'm going to get the hang it on the line, I'm going to get the hose pipe on it and just keep on that spot there. Now I know you're thinking I'm over exaggerating this, but you're only seeing short little snippets of the video. I have been putting water in some form or other onto this green thing for an hour and a half and hosing it down now for at least another half an hour, if not 45 minutes. And I'm not just hosing it over and over again, I'm hosing it and then I'm rubbing my hands on the front and the back to froth it all up, and then I hose all the froth up, and then I hose it down again, and I use my hands again to get all the froth up, and I hose it down. I then go the other side and hose that, and I keep doing this over and over again for half an hour to 45 minutes, and it keeps on coming. The green stain is not disappearing, and every single time it froths up without getting any weaker. How? Tell me, how is that possible? So anyway, while you're watching the fast forwarded bits,
I'll read out the My Mate Vince Massive. This is honestly, I've never come across anything like it. It's like a rug that somehow creates fairy washing up liquid over and over again. It is, I can only put it down to some miracle liquid. Unbelievable. Anyway, the massive members this month are kitdigital.com, Kip Hakes and Max Rokatansky, Having Fun Repairs, Chris Seal, Felipe at MrKeebs.com, DJVG, Pixie, Robert from Timsey's Auto Air, Daniel Watson, the suds are still coming, Anthony Dean, Bazza2, Russ Melanson, the suds are still coming, Gaspar Heller, Rickard Bergland, Jacob Colpin, Matt Rawlins, Soul Reaver 555, Dorian from Hooverlux Restorations, and Angry Owl Tech. Please, somebody put me out of my misery and tell me, how is it possible when I've used gallons and gallons and gallons of water on this and detergent and carpet washing materials that the froth hasn't dried up? It is, honestly, it's miracle stuff.
Right, I'm giving up on that now, so I'm just going to let it dry and see what it comes out like. If you do have any idea, maybe washing up powder or liquid or something, then that might work. I'm just worried about putting more suds into it. I do think though it's going to look a lot less green when it's dried out, but when it's wet I can still see the green is really vivid right there. I've got to be careful, you see, because my dad's on a water meter, and you'd end up spending all your money on the water rather than just buying another one from eBay. So they're drying out nicely. I actually put them in the sink and gave them a good wash there. You know, with the sun bouncing off it there, it's looking good. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to neaten up this corner here, because I had to take this off to get to all the wiring down there, but that's all been cleaned now on contact cleaner. I put the grinding pen in there, so now I'm going to try to put all this back and then try to neaten that up along there, and then that will get all those wires hopefully pushed in. Right, I'm trying to make some order in here by pushing the cables in. I'm not really sure how much room I've got, and also I now have to put this in all the way along as well. This needs to go in on the other side as well, so this has kind of come out on both sides. So we've got these metal things here and here, and that's what this screws into. It's just that I'm not quite sure yet how much they need to be bent out this way. Actually, that will probably line up there now.
This is one of those jobs that you think would take 10 or 15 minutes, but an hour later you're still struggling on it, and it's because the two metal bits that the leather cover screws into are all over the place. The bottom one is too far bent down, the top one is too far bent in, so you're trying to kind of get them aligned where you think they should be. But really they kind of need to be not millimetre perfect, but they do need to be within a few millimetres, because otherwise they're not going to grip the little leather bead that goes all the way down. This leather bead was never in properly, and it's also out on the other side of the car as well, so I say it's quite a common problem that it falls out over the years. As well as that, obviously this car has quite a bit of damage around this door area. There must have been some impact somewhere along the line, because this whole front side of the car seems to be a little bit out compared to the other side. So yeah, it's not an easy job to do. As well as that, there's not really any point in filming it. It's just putting a leather cover back on. It's not particularly interesting. But I'm happy with the end result. So let me show you that here now.
Right, the door is still closing fully, and now it's all tucked up like that. And I've got the carpet tucked in this side here. So it's tucked underneath this. That was quite challenging actually. It took a few attempts because the metal on here was slightly bent down, so I had to, what I did is I got this all in line, pushed a metal against this, and then did the top one first because you can't really see what you're doing. So I used a bradawl to feel where the hole was, and I had to get my hands right in here and push it over this way as far as I could, and then the bottom one was nice and easy to do because you can see what's going on once the top is in. So yeah, we are in, which is good. Still a little bit loose up here, not much I can do about that, but I may put a little bit of double-sided tape, just lift that down there, double-sided tape, push that up, and then that will hopefully keep in its place. But down here is clamped by this thing here. So yeah, all good. It's nicely finished off now in there. Now this has been annoying me for a long time. So what I actually did is I took the screw out from the other side and I found a very similar screw and put it in the other one, and now I'm going to put this one in here. This whole light looks like it's been masticed in, but just for the moment I want to get this in. Now it looks like this bracket needs to go forward, because if I screw that in there, there's quite a difference between this bit here and this bit here. So I'm just going to push this bracket a little bit forward. Oh, it's attached to, hold on, what's that actually attached to? Oh, I think it's attached to the light itself, is it? Oh, here we go. So that clips into there. Yeah, this is all just masticed in. So this is going to need a bit of work one day. Right, let's just get this in here for the moment. Oh, there's a bolt at the front here. Yeah, there's a bolt up here. Okay, so once you take that out, I'll be able to get to the bolt in there. Let's just put this in now for the time being. So there's quite a bit of work needs to be done there. Do you know what? I think I might have to just look at it now. I was supposed to be doing stuff to the underneath of the car today, and I haven't even gone under yet. I haven't even jacked it up. So obviously this shouldn't just pop out like that. So let's see if we can take out this surround. There we go.
It really is a joke of a car. It's a clown car that you used to see in the top hat in the circus when you were a kid. The clown rides round and bit by bit the car falls apart and the audience are cracking up with laughter. But I'm not cracking up, I'm cracking up with stress. I can't believe everything I touch on this car needs so much work. All I wanted to do was go underneath the car and paint the thing that holds the spare wheel up. I thought that'd be quite nice, turning something rusty, painting it and making it nice and black. But no, I haven't got near that yet, and I've nearly been on this for a day because I've got a carpet which gives you forever suds, never-ending suds. And now I've got an indicator light at the front which is held on with a couple of bits of mastic. I mean, oh, come on. So yeah, it's quite disheartening, truth be told. So on first glance, I'm not sure whether this is actually going to be fixable or not, unless it was just to be mastic back in. It looks like the holes at the bottom are completely smashed away, so you can't screw it into the bracket that this nice little metal finishing piece goes onto. And up top it should have two plastic spikes that are like locating pins that go into the bodywork. So I could put it back in by masticing, but it already looks a mess. It's always caught my eye from the moment I got the car because it's all white mastic. I could use clear mastic, but it's still masticed in. So I think this might be one for eBay where I see if I can get another one. Now, while I'm messing around in this corner anyway, I do want to have a look in the actual full-on glass lens where the main beam headlights are, because it looks like it's corroded on the inside. It doesn't look nice compared to the other side of the car. So there's little clips holding the glass lens in place. So let's unclip them and see what's going on inside.
There we go. This is glass. Wow. Fantastic. Give me an opportunity to clean that. And also clean this here. Can you see in here? All this stuff. Somehow that looks like bird poo. No, I tell you what that is. That's, it must be when I was trying to sand it back or something. It must be some sort of wax or compound or something, I think. Oh no, it's not. It's actual chrome plating's come away. It's not, yeah, I thought something had gone onto it, but no, the actual chrome plating's come away. It seems to have bubbled up here weirdly. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, because that is noticeable from the, you know, through the lens. That is notable. My son keeps pointing it out every time he's here. Unless I was to mask off the rest of it, because it's stained at the back here but not too bad, and if I was just to spray this little bit here with some well, how about my chrome pen? Would my chrome pen get rid of that? Still looks like something's eaten into it though. I'm just going to get my chrome pen and see if that would cover up those marks. Well, so I've got here this liquid chrome pen. Got a tiny little bit on here and I think it's going to look okay. Remember, when it's got the glass on it and the glass is kind of obscured, I don't think your eye's going to be drawn to it. See? Right, that's going to look much better. What I'm going to do is just let it dry and then go over it again. Right, looking at this here now, basically it's not the lens that's faulty, it's the bulb holder at the back. It should have a load of extendable bits that screw into here and up top. So obviously when this wing got a whack, whenever that was, that broke there. I've had a look online, so I think really I'm just going to have to buy one. There's one for £55 plus £5 postage, but annoyingly it's the passenger side and I need the driver's side. And all the other ones are basically just lenses. There's loads of lenses for sale. Lens. So I'm going to do a little bit of research when I get home. Well, I've given it a second coat now, so I'm going to call it a day because it's dark now. And I think I'll probably come back here again tomorrow. So personally now, today feels just like a big nothingness day. I've been here for 8 hours and yet what have I done? Cleaned a bit of carpet and put that thing up there. So yeah, really unsuccessful day, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Oh, and I varnished that. I suppose it's all helping bit by bit. Anyway, I'm going to pack up now, go home, and I'll start again tomorrow.
Okay, I'm going to call it a day on part 46 there because I arrived the next day and the day after that as well. So that's going to be part 47 because otherwise the video would be too long to try to get 3 days into the one video. So there was plenty of little bits that got done in this video today, but it just didn't feel very successful. It was just kind of little bitty things. I thought cleaning the carpet would take half an hour to an hour. Little did I know it would eat up hours into my day. But slowly but surely we are making progress bit by bit. I'm still confused as to how that green stuff just keeps on providing suds. What sort of chemicals is in that for it to keep on doing that? Anyway, I'm not too sure. If you enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up and I will see you all very soon for part 47, which will be released very shortly. Thank you so much for watching.